this phrase, worldwide telescope, was burning in my mind over and over again. It just came out of nowhere. Worldwide telescope, worldwide telescope, worldwide telescope. I get up, I go on my computer, I go to excite.com, because back then Google wasn't the main one yet.
What year was this?
This is a 2010.
Okay.
I type in worldwide telescope, and then worldwidetelescope.org is the first search result. I almost fell out of my chair. I click on it. Back then you had to download the software and install it. Now you can just use it without installing. It's an option because HTML5 is out now, so you can do both. But anyway, I installed the software. I open it up. It gives you the sky view. You can go into 2-mass infrared mode, all these different satellite modes. It gives you all the space probe data for all the missions that have ever gone off into space from Earth. And it gives you access to the data and also the rover images, but from the perspective of the rovers on Mars. And it's all publicly available. Taxes paid for all this. And so you log in, I saw okay, Mars, interesting. Let me click on Mars. Then from Mars, I go and I see panorama. I go, okay. Then I see rovers. I go, rovers? Wow, the rovers are in here? I click on opportunity rover. Now I'm on the mast cam and I'm zooming in, zooming out, panning left and right. And I started seeing anomalies. But the anomalies that I was seeing, to answer your question, are things that look similar to ancient structures on Earth. And I go, wait a minute, wait a minute. Is this really Mars? So I start downloading these images and screenshotting them and analyzing them. And they're really Mars images hosted on Caltech servers. Some are on washington.edu. And I'm like, this is incredible. So I start comparing to, now I've got a really crazy passion for this, because now I'm hunting down every ancient site and trying to see how do these sites connect to what I'm seeing going on Mars. And then I came across the Enuma Elish and the 7 tablets of creation from ancient Sumeria. And it talks about they had beings named the Igigi living on Mars, running a concurrent civilization that was on Earth and both on Mars. And that just blew me away. And from there, I just dove headfirst into the whole thing. Hey, we're on Mars. That looks like Mars. We're on Mars. Now, you see that rock on the right there?
Yeah.
Let's zoom in over there.
This one right here?
Yeah, zoom in pretty close to that one. Let me see if this is, oh, to the right, a little bit more to the right. Okay, zoom in over there.
Wow, this is pretty incredible, the resolution of this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You'll see an anomaly right there, first of all. You see this one on the left right there? By the next left to the X, of the plus sign, I'm sorry?
Yeah.
That is not a rock.
Sitting on top of the flat one, you mean? Looks like a seagull almost sitting there?
Well, no, you see that big triangular shape?
Yes, yes.
That's not a rock. It's got symmetry. It has 3 open places on it. If you zoom out just a tiny here, I don't know if you can do that. Yeah. So you can see, now look at the surrounding terrain outside of this debris. What looks like debris up there.
Right.
That particular object doesn't appear to be a rock from the surrounding terrain.
Mm-hmm. If
you look at it, I've never seen a rock. So you have to compare what rocks look like to an Earth. I've just never seen a rock that just stands up like that and has that type of shape and has that type of structure to it. And if you were able to take that and pull it into a photo program and really zoom in close with an actual magnifying glass, because when you use a magnifying glass, you don't lose the resolution like you do when you're zooming in with computer zoom.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden you begin to see all the aspects of the anomaly. So that's something that we would catalog as an anomaly. Now, if you zoom out, let's show you, see if I can find one more in this area, because I haven't been here in a long time.
Yeah, but there's like a whole like cluster of
all that's all debris.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, all that stuff there is actually artificial. A lot of that stuff is not rocks. If you scroll,
when you say artificial, what do you mean specifically?
In other words, I think that some of that stuff is broken pieces of something. There was a global flood on Mars. Mm-hmm. And the evidence of this is a lot of the things that we do find appear to be partially submerged in some of the sand, or what looks like wet sand. We know that there is mud there, and now we also know that there's billions of tons of liquid water because they've announced it officially.
Couldn't that be fragmented parts of a comet or an asteroid?
It's possible. It's possible, but it's very hard.
It looks like there's kind of a crater behind it.
Well, that's actually not a crater. That's just a little bit of a area behind the hill. That's like when you come up that little hill, it's actually not even that steep of a hill. Yeah. And that area behind it's not that large. There's a measuring tool that you have in there too. You can measure a lot of the sizes of this stuff.
Right.
That thing right there is only like 4 or 5 feet tall, that piece there. But if you scroll to the right more, there's a piece sticking out of a hill. Let me see if I can find it again. It's been a long time.
Look at that little shiny area. Like white.
That's water and frozen. That's frozen water, basically.
How much water did you say there is on Mars?
They've now found billions of tons of liquid water, and they've officially announced it. They actually
is this underneath the surface, or
no?
where?
They found a surface lake, 12 hectares lake. They found. They've also found other pools of water, and they even showed on a NASA press release on video during the day. I think it was about 4 years ago. Water coming down the side of a mountain.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a lot of water there. I'll keep going a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just going by memory. Okay, zoom in right there where your arrow is, where your cursor was. I'm sorry. Yeah, right there. Yep, right on that thing. Zoom in there. Now that's interesting.
Yeah, it's in a similar rock to the other one, right? It looks almost the same.
It's pretty similar, but it's something that's sticking out of the side and hanging over the ledge of a hill. Now, if you look at the back piece, well, on an image program, you can see that it's connected. It's just really, really dusty.
Yeah.
But there's something connects that whole piece at the top on that hill. Again, just another anomaly. Again, it's hard to find rocks that are shaped like that. It doesn't match the surrounding terrain. You can see the front piece of it to the left, almost at the edge of the screen at the top left, right there.
Yeah.
A little bit more over. It's one connected piece.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, is there any objects that look like they were man-made or anything that, like, what would you say on here resembles things that we have on Earth besides these rocks? I mean, these just look like rocks to me.
Yeah, we got to go through a whole bunch of rover images. So if we go back out, we'll have to go find another panorama.
What is that? Is that Bigfoot?
It's a weird thing. It's a
what
weird
is
object.
that?
Yeah, if you click on it, you can probably, hopefully they get big when you click on them. Oh, that one stays kind of small. But that's an object that is really bizarre. Again, you look at the surrounding terrain, it didn't seem to match. It went viral. This one made the news and everything. It made all the mainstream news channels.
And what happened? So go to that link, that NASA link to the right. I want to see what this looks like. Yeah. So this is the source photo of that.
Yeah.
And this is an area zoomed in. So,
Yeah.
so somewhere in here, we have to
Somewhere
play
in
Where's Waldo, and you can see that.
Yeah, you'll have to zoom and find it, and it's in there.
I mean, this will take us forever. We don't.
Yeah, I
Holy
know.
crap, that's crazy. Look at that resolution.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
That is incredible.
Yeah. It takes us hours to find the anomalies because we literally scan centimeter by centimeter. You know, we take an image that big and you go centimeter by centimeter with your magnifying glass.
Yeah. Go to some of the other photos on the Facebook. To you, what is what stands out the most out of all of these anomalies?
Okay, go forward. Go forward. Even that's a 4 mile wide face, but these tubes are amazing. They've been on the news. These tubes run for miles. They're huge. They're massive. They actually are these tubes that run in and out and all around the planet in certain areas. And they're hollow on the inside, and they're not rocks, clearly. And what's interesting is if you see where that arrow is, down from the arrow, you see where two tubes kind of almost run into each other. They have these ribbed type things that are keeping the tube, the structure open. So it's hollow on the inside. The purpose of it, nobody has a clue.
Huh.
Yeah. And they run for miles.
What do you speculate they are?
I think they're just a transportation or navigation underneath. Everything for me, I think it makes sense to build underground there.
Really?
This is the first thing that I found. This is my very first anomaly. Now look at this. All I did was I just pulled out the anomaly and blew it up. I just, spread it out. There's no enhancement. There's no anything. But I'm labeling them. One looks to be on the left, looks like technology. The other thing looks like a Sphinx type of an object. And the other thing looks like, again, more technology. Just in my eyes, what I see there. In the background, it could be a pyramid. I don't know. But to me, these things don't look like they belong in that area. There's even something to the far right underneath that left arrow that is also anomalous. If you go to another one, what's that doing on Mars? That's not a rover. NASA, when we emailed them, they said they don't know what it is. They said,
is that the actual size, or is it supposed to be magnified in that circle?
It's magnified. It's up there in the right corner. See it up there in the right corner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting right out there. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Pull up that NASA link in the description, Austin. See if we can find this one. Okay, it's right there.
That's the. You got to zoom in a little bit more somehow. Yeah.
Can't zoom in any farther?
No.
Your technology won't allow you?
Yeah.
2022. Wow. Yeah, that is strange, isn't it?
That's strange. Now, what can you? I mean, that anybody who sees something like this for the first time, they're gonna go crazy, and they're gonna dig into this stuff. And just was one more I got to show you before we go on. I don't want to wait. We can extend this if we have to. Look,
yeah, absolutely.
Go down right there. Click on above, up, right there. Now, what's that doing on Mars? That's the last image taken by Spirit rover before it went offline and never broadcast another image ever again.